Hey, welcome to the Kipfer Art of Kipper Sunday stream today. By myself, Joe's got the weekend off, so we're going to go over just a couple things, enjoy our time with some Wacky Packages stuff. We're going to hopefully draw a sketch card quickly out of Wacky Packages Series 2, and I'll show you which one that is in just a minute. And we'll just chat, talk a little bit, and discuss next week's kind of takeover of the channel to do some kind of fun stuff. And Bobby B, hopefully, and Trippy Rips will be joining me a little bit later just to discuss some of those things from next week. So hey, Bobby, see you out there in the chat. And I'm going to go over these kind of cool things. I've had these for a while. It's very Wacky Package centric sort of stream, but these things, I don't know if everybody's seen them. They're a couple years old. They're the Wacky Packages minis. They're miniature 3D like printed and labeled products. And I'll show them more in the mainstream camera here and show you kind of what they look like. Hey, Trippy, good to see you. So I'll just get to it. We'll start opening these and take a look at them. I've had them sitting around for a while, and then we'll do a quick sketch. We'll do a quick sketch card of this and hopefully get out here quick. And I'm going to try to give Bobby some time to talk about what he wants to kind of do along with Jonah. Jonah will both be here next week, and so will Trippy. So hey there. See Raven Rips. Good to have you. Good to have you. So let me switch over to my other cam here and go to the mainstream, and we'll bust some of these open, take a look at them. Oh, and I have one more PSA reveal to show you. I can do those first. I can do that first. Let's do that. So I got all the PSA stuff back. We kind of covered all that, but I got one more kit came, and I did open it. Hey, Patrick, good to see you out there. Got one more out there, and I wanted to show you where it is. Let's see. So this is a, what do you think that is? You can guess in the chat what you think this might be. I think I've mentioned it before, so it's not a big secret what it is, but I wanted to make sure that I had some old packs, and I want to make sure they were verified to be sealed. So that was kind of the thought process in getting this sent off. And these are really cool. They're very thick. This is cool, like a really cool case. So I kind of like this. It did take about 60 days to get it done, roughly. I didn't do the exact timer. I will recap on that later, but it took what they said. PSA delivered on what they said they would do for me overall. I'll say that. They said it would take this long, and it took about that long. So. And I'll tell you what it is, Bobby. You're right. It's an OS1 pack, and it's I have two OS1 packs. One of mine is centered up a little bit better. This one's a little off centered. Now that I see it, it's a little more off centered. But I thought the corners were a little sharper on this one. The other one, the corners, I swear there's a little more wear or rub on them or something like that. So I decided not to send that one at the very last minute. I changed my order because all my other packs are out of a thing, you know, out of a holder. So I kind of like wanted one raw. So this is my one that's graded. So if you want to guess a grade, if you know about anything, go ahead and guess a grade, and we'll reveal it here in just a second. It's your birthday Tuesday? Oh, well, congratulations, Bobby, for making it one more year around the earth, you know, revolving around with this. But I don't know what that means, except for let's just say happy birthday, you know. I mean, I can send you would you like a picture of this? I can make you I'll make Bobby a greeting card of the picture of this and sign it for you. Say from the Art of Kipper stream, if you'd like. I could do that. I got these when they were a lot. I'm going to say 8. Okay. I bought these when they were affordable. I think I bought these for about, you're going to hate me, I think they were about $80 a pack when I bought these. And I thought that was really, for me, that was pricey at the time. And this is many years ago. Trippy saying 8.5. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. I was thinking 8-ish, 8 to 7-ish. I thought myself personally, I'm thinking 8, maybe 7, you know. And by the way, I don't care about the grade. I just wanted to make sure it was verified to not be resealed. And that was kind of the idea. So I honestly chose, I guess, authentication or something like that as an option instead of grading, but I think it was relatively the same price, or maybe I just was experimenting, right? All right, so we'll reveal what it is. So it's two guesses out. Those are good guesses. Eight's probably high, 8.5's high. 7 is what I was guessing. I've seen them. I've seen a few 8s. I've seen some 9s up on eBay go for crazy money. Like, well, let's say they're listed for crazy money. I don't see a lot of these sell, but I haven't done a ton of research either. So, all right, well, here's the big drum roll. Corners do look, yeah, corners are good. That's true. Corners are good. I mean, yeah, pretty tight, you know. All right, so here's a good reveal. Do they go by centering? You know, Bobby, I would say they'd have to, man. I don't really know, but I would think that centering is a factor because you want that pack to center up pretty, right? So here's a wrapper. I mean, like this one here, I would never send this thing in usually. It's just one we opened last couple weeks ago at the stream. I have some on my desk, but I have some that are sitting up real nice. But I would think if they're off to the side, obviously you don't, wouldn't consider that very nice. But I mean, it's one pack, so it's what I've got. I only have 2 of them, so that's what I've got. I wish I had my other one in front of me. I could show it to you, but I don't have it. So here we go. Hey, Joe. Joe saying a 9. Joe, your movie started, man. Come on. What are you doing? His movie's got to start soon. Hey, Joe. Good to see you in the chat. All right. Here's the big reveal. Joe saying a 9. I wish you were the greater, buddy. I know the results, so it's cheating, but it's a 6. So, I think it's fine. It's fine. It's an OS1 pack. I don't care. No regrets. I love the holder, man. This thing's bulky. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm digging it. I probably would get an OS2 done. But now, you know what? Here's the thing: is if the grades don't match, it would kind of throw you off if you're OCD. Yeah, I think it's still fine. The only problem is I asked other companies to grade it, and they're the only ones. PSA's the only ones doing wax packs right now. That of the other 2 I used Beckett and I used SGC, and neither one of them do packs right now. So of course Beckett's doing like videotapes and game cartridges and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it will change at some point. But Beckett has yet to send me any information about my order. Thank goodness it was a small order. And I'm still waiting. So I'm really pretty much done with them. But yeah, I love the case. I think this is definitely one I've had up on the shelf to display. I kind of like it. I don't really care about the grade. I'm just happy that it's not like a resale, guys. I'll be honest with you. That's the big thing. I've had them a long time, but you just never know. And then if I sold it to somebody or traded it, I'd be like, I feel pretty bad if it was a resale and I didn't know it, And I kind of know what to look for in resales, but look, anybody can make a mistake. Even the most veteran people can make mistakes in the industry who have been, doing this for a long time, getting grades and stuff. So I might get the other one graded. Maybe next time I'll bring the other pack on and show you what I think, and we can guess maybe if I should get it graded or not. This one, the corners, looking in person here, I was a little worried. I think my other one has like a little bit warm of a corner on it, but it's centered up perfectly. So I don't know. Maybe I can get like an 8 out of it. I'd be happy with an 8. The 6 I'm fine with. It's cool. But yeah, so that's what to expect. The cases are really nice. I saw some other channels that break these open and tear them open and open the packs and everything. We won't be doing that. And I think it cost me. I think when I paid for it, it's about $30 to get it graded. So like a pack is about $30 to be graded. So that's roughly what I did. It might have been under a special or a discount or something, but that's the deal. So anyway, there we go. Moving on to the wacky stuff. Let's take a look at that. So there we go. So if you're not familiar with these are let's see what year these are. I think these are like on the bottom here. 2020. So they're from, sorry if it's out of focus here, guys. Oh, let's pull it up a little bit. Cameras are designed for being down here. So it's from 2020. These came out. So I guess, I know a lot of us do garbage pail stuff, and a lot of us are a little younger than the Wacky Packages group. Some of us aren't. I've been doing Wackies for a while. Enjoy them. Joe almost had it. Yeah, you're so close, Joe. You know what? You're right about that. I didn't display it correctly. You're right. It's a 9. You're right. Yeah. Old joke, but it still works. So a lot of us, I know a lot of us didn't collect Wackies and stuff, but I found they have a lot of charm. The artwork's really good on them. And I think I saw these. I got these really cheap, and they're kind of fun. I love these little 3D package things. So when I started working with tops is when I really got into Wackies, which is not true for some other stuff like GPK I was totally into. But so they have 66 to collect. There's chase ones and everything. So now I'm not sure I'd go after all these, of course, but I just kind of like to take a look at a few of them. And some of them are classic ones I've had to do on some sets. So let's bust it open to see what's in here. All right. So let's see. Try to preserve the box a little bit. Well, I know some of these were at retail. I've seen some of them at retail in the past. I don't know if they did all that well. They're licensed by Tops, so And Super Impulse, as you would imagine, who does all the miniature stuff. Right now they've released some like those tiny trading card packs, the Wackies, along with the GPKs and a mystery pack in there. If you've seen those on GPK News, I would love to get a hold of some of those. I tried to, I know they sold out real fast. So same people made them, and they made the other minis that came out a couple years ago too, the expensive trash can ones and all that, which I do like. I love those things, but they're a little pricey. I saw someone get some cheap recently, but they give you a little checklist in there. That's the little poster of the checklist. Joe, peace out, man. Enjoy the movie. Thank you for joining in. I told Joe he just had the night off, man. We could have moved it a little earlier probably, but I know we wanted to sort of overlap and do an every other week thing with the stream, but that didn't happen yet. I'm preserving the box so it's good collector quality. So hit me up if you need a box for this. Trying to make sure that it's going to be in great condition here. So there you go. Nice condition box here. All right. Joe has went to go see Into the Spider-Verse 2, so he's got to see the second movie. So let's see how that turns out. All right, so you get 15 in here, and 5 of them are mysteries, so you don't know what they are. So mysteries. So there's a little bit of a chase element to it. I'll just try to pull them out. Here, we'll pull this one first. Gurgle. So Gurgle's a great one, if you can see that little guy right there. It's a little baby Gurgle. He's fun to draw. That little guy there, you could draw him too. You could draw him real fast. He's a quick one to draw. So note, Bobby, if you're working the Wackies, he's a fast one. So go for him. But yeah, Gurgle baby food. Yep, mush. Pre-chewed mush. Yep. Strained from the finest. Yep. So I love Wackies in that they don't open anything, but I love that Wackies are there's multiple puns and jokes on the labels and stuff, and the artwork back in the day is amazing. The artwork today is amazing too, but there are multiple levels of jokes and gags going on with these things. They're a little, I dare say, a little smarter than GPK sometimes, but they're definitely in the same vein. Yeah, they're definitely related, right? These are kind of the granddaddies of them. So minute lice, pretty straightforward. Pre-cooked lice, minute lice. I don't know, man. I tell you what gets me is after doing so many of these and having to fight with them. Yeah, Bobby's right. They do such a great job on these. If you ever go back and look at the artwork on the originals, it's amazing. Like they're high quality. I have the books over here. I'll show you one in a minute. But minute lice, I tell you, some of these trigger me in the grocery store. Like, of course, we know it's minute rice, but like if I walk by and I see it has to be one that hasn't changed a lot since the 70s and 60s, because these are older. These are the older ones. But I mean, Captain Crud here. I mean, obviously classics. But I'll walk by some products I never buy, right? So chock full of nuts. There's one of those chock full of nuts and bolts, and that one triggers me sometimes. Like, oh, there he is, like that. I feel like our modern day wacky artists probably walk through the grocery aisle and just pick out stuff to make fun of, or they try to go back and look at old stuff. Here's a newer one. This is a newer wacky here. So these were 2 old. These are all 3 old schools over here. These are definitely. Sorry, get in the camera. These 3 are old ones for sure. But here's a new one. Sick. Blood Stick. You got Jason. And you got Freddy on there. Huh. I don't know if I could zoom in on that for you. If you sorry, I'm gonna adjust this camera just real quick that you guys can see a little bit better. All right. I know these are a little small, so let me adjust this. Give me just a moment. Bear with me. Let me zoom. See if I can zoom a little bit. If that's better, guys, you let me know, and I'll tighten up the focus some in a minute. Okay. That's about as good as I can do the focus, I think. It's about as good as I can do with this. Is that okay? Is that good in the video quality? All right. That's probably the best I can do, just adjusting with one hand over my mouse. So yeah, that's pretty sick. I'm not familiar with what series that's from. It's definitely could be all new series, could be a newer series I'm not familiar with. But yeah, pretty slick. So yeah, let's compare these. Like, yeah. And they're neat. They're little hard plastic little, pieces. So neat. If you got someplace to put little knickknacks, I guess it's going to make sense. All right. Here's a classic one called Vial. Dial soap, I guess. Vial. This is a good one to draw too, Bobby. So a little skunk guy. Pretty fun. Used by people who want privacy. Yeah, sure. Very cool. And look, I mean, it prints all the way around. It looks like a package is wrapped, just like the piece of soap would be. So, I mean, I love it, man. It's really, I mean, that feels very. It's molded, but it looks kind of like what you'd expect. Very nice. All right, let's grab some more here. Let's see what we got here. Putrid Cat Chow, the high smell cat. Yes, this is a classic one too. If you can tell, the artwork on that one's pretty cool for a little parody card, right? Yeah. These are neat, and they weren't expensive. I didn't pay a lot for these. I mean, I paid like $10 maybe for them, and this is years after. I mean, not when they were new. I don't know what they cost originally. Maybe they were expensive, but I didn't think they were bad. Putrid Cat Chow. Even the top of the box, the little flaps. Look at that. Cool. Again, that's molded with a wrap sticker on it. So, pretty neat. Let's see what we got here. Kraken Sea Solid Bites. Okay, so this is a newer one. This is a newer Wacky. So those last two were I'll call old school legacy ones from the 70s. This one's a newer one. It's at least in the 2000s or all the series, something like that. I'm not sure. Just not positive anymore. There's a lot of online sets now, and there was back then too. There's a multitude of them, but I'm not as familiar with that one. I've never worked on that one. It's of course a Chicken of the Sea spoof, and they have several Chicken of the Sea spoof ones they've done. There's a classic one as well I've messed with. I think it's something where the mermaid's puking, and the one I messed with before. I can't remember the full name, but it's a play off a classic Wacky and a classic product. All right. Macaroni and Sneeze. Pepper flavor. Oh. This is a newer one too. Oh, look at that. Now, those words are illegible to you, and they're illegible to me, so you can't really see what's on the side. They just kind of make marks to make it look like there's ingredients, but that's cool. I wish they had put ingredients really small so you could read them. It'd be kind of funny. This reminds me of some original style Wacky artwork. There's a few that are sneezing and coughing and hacking. A lot of them are like that, and that's in the spirit of that. I don't think it's a revisit on the mac and cheese itself, but it definitely nods towards some classic Wacky art there. Again, it's a newer one. Very nice though. Very cool. Got the little flap on there again too. Very nice. Cool. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Nest Quack. Oh man. Distant muddy marsh habitat. So it's like duck. Is it making fun of Duck Dynasty kind of? Maybe not. Maybe that's just hit my head because it was like it might be a nod that way. I can't quite read all that. Sorry, my eyes are a little bit shot on that, and that's very fine print. So I can't tighten up that anymore. So maybe I can get some tight pictures of that later and put it up. Interesting, but it's a Nesquik. It's a Nesquik container, but this is not the original one. Oh, I dropped it. From guys, you remember these from the 80s and stuff? They were metal. They were metal tins, man. They had metal tins. You popped up the little center top, like a little manhole cover, and you got in there and you got your little powdered chocolate drink. And these were out in the 90s. I remember these. These came out in the 90s. These were nice because you open the whole thing, pop, and get in there and get your Nesquik out. But I use Hershey's chocolate syrup now. I don't even mess with this stuff. It's like a savage now. I don't play with this. Everybody had that powdery chocolate drink. Nope. No more for me. But that's pretty neat, man. Pretty neat. It's in the same shape, and that is a miniature version of these. Bring back memories there. All right. And last one of the packs that's exposed I can see. It says Duck Dynasty. Does it say Duck Dynasty? I didn't even see it. Oh, it does at the top. Jeez, you're right. It's right there. Duck Dynasty. Duck Dynasty, it says. Dynasty. Yeah. Rivals. Well, that's important, right? Like you gotta get the gag has to hit. The gag also has to make sense. So you gotta hit the popular culture and make sure people can pull it off. Of course, we see this. So they've done a lot of different chip bag style ones, right? Different ones that make fun of different Lay's brands. So Rivals Rumble, chips for craze fans, best when served hot, fuel your competitive nature. Just all kinds of little stuff on there. And really good art. Really good art. I'm trying to guess who the artist might be on that one. I have a few ideas, but I don't want to guess and be wrong on it. It'd be terrible. It's a couple people. That could be. That's nice though. Look in the bag. So it is a hard plastic piece, but that is nice. I love that. It's cool. It's a newer one for sure. Very, very cool. All right, now we're down to. So here's the ones we got so far. We got all these little pieces here, and then this one here, the rival. All these, and then super zoomed in here, so I've got an even smaller area. So let's get to these. So in the bottom tray, they got 5 of these. These are the mystery ones, the mystery packs. And I guess some of the chase ones will be in here if there's a chase one. And this is series 1. I forgot to mention that. Of the 66 they have. So yeah, very, very nice. So anyway, nice little place to rip it open here. All right. See what we get here. See what we get. Feels like a pack of chips version. Something. Oh, okay. Here's the back. Flip it over and see what it is. Logs. Oh, I like this one. I've done this one. Yeah, I did this one in a series. Absolutely. Bet you can't eat even one. Potato flavored wood chips. Yep. Yeah, I drew the little beaver guy down there. Very nice one. I think this is, I think Neil Camera did this one. Neil Camera did this one. So free. 10 timber ounces, logs. Very good. Yeah, I think Neil did that one. Pretty sure. Very cool. Very cool one. Yeah. All right. Let's get another one of these open here. This is the second mystery pack. This one's more of a square feeling something. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's an animal cracker of some sort. Cracked animals. Yes. Classic one. Classic Nabisco spoof here. So this is a classic one from the 70s. Very nice. Oh, I got marks on my fingers from it too. That came off. Oh man. I think when I opened one of these, it rubbed off on my hands or something down my hands. I don't know. Whatever. Wash your hands, Ricky. I don't know. Very cool though, huh? Yeah. All right. You just buy them in a big bag now. You don't buy them in little boxes these days. You buy them in the big bag. But growing up, we had these, right? Absolutely. All right. Pack number 3. Let's see what we got here. Speed up a little bit. All right. Crips Ahoy. That's pretty neat. Skull chip cookies. That's pretty nice. And it feels like it looks like it has a Chips Ahoy looking wrapper. Yeah. Arguably the best cookie. R. Crips Ahoy. Yeah, that's pretty neat. It's a newer one. It's a newer Wacky, not an older one. So very cool. The Nabisco logo is the skull there. It's pretty cool. Very neat. Very neat. All right, next one. Feels like a canned product in there, some kind of can. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, here's our guy. Hey, jerks! I love this one. This is the one I plan to draw tonight, everybody. So this is the character I plan to draw. I really like drawing him. He's kind of fun. He's that art style you'll see all through the older series. I wish I could focus on the camera a little bit better. But anyway, I'll show you a better picture of this later. But yeah, Ajax, that's one I really like there. It's cool. Very nice. Very cool. The Do Nothing Cleanser. You got to be a jerk to use it. Love it. Fantastic. Oh, you remember that sketch? I may have done it before, or someone else has done it. I don't know if I have one out there. I haven't worked on it, but maybe I did. Let's see. Oh, this is cool. It's clear. It's got the goop and stuff in it. It's like solid plastic, but it's got little pits of stuff in it. It's Skimpy, which has got. It's supposed to be Skippy peanut butter with like worms and stuff in it, nasty stuff. So it's all in there. That is the coolest one. I don't know if that's Chase or if that's regular. I think it's regular, but I need to probably research to see what Chases look like. But that is neat. Very cool. Well, they just like sprinkled pepper inside the mold when they made them. But yeah, it kind of looks like a nasty little jar of stuff. Cool. That is much better than I thought we'd see tonight. Actually, I'm actually really impressed with that. So that's cool. I love these. I think they're fantastic. I got to find a place to put them, but I'll find a place. These are neat, especially if you were a Wacky fan, but even if you're not, you just like parody products. These are nice. Yeah, this has got to be a chase, right? I don't know. I'll have to look that up and figure it out. They used to have gold chase on some of these, but like they were gold coated or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know what they did in series 1. I've just had seen some other ones online and stuff, but that is cool. That is very neat. So here's what we got here in this one. So I'll try to get a little zoom out picture of these if I can. It's not too blinding. Again, all this good little stuff. 15 of these, and then this nice little chase one. I believe it's chase. If it's not, it should be. So, yeah, very cool. Now, I have another box. I have 2 of them. So, let's pop open this second one and see what we get in this one. I'm pretty excited now. So, there's a like a dupe there, but just scan it over the package on the camera here with you guys. I see several that are not. So some classics, and I see some new ones in there too. I like the Coke bottle one actually. It's nice. All right. Let me get these kind of out of the way. I'm going to mess here on my desk. Sorry. I'm in ultra zoom in mode here, so it's a little different. Let me get these kind of out of the way. Just throw them over here. All right. So, yeah, that's Skippy. That's cool, man. All right. I bought these off Amazon, by the way. Yeah, so I mean, these weren't hard to find at all, and I'm sure they're on eBay and stuff. But I didn't pay a lot for them, or I would have bought them. I'll look up what they are now later to see. I was just thinking how much they charge for the mini stuff these days. Sometimes they're like one little package and you get a few things in it, but they're kind of pricey sometimes. Some of the other products. So I'll try to get this out of here. There we go. All right. Another great job getting the box out there in mint condition. Yes, there's a Dr. Popper in there. I saw that. Yep, Sketch Tim. I like him. One of my favorites. We'll just start at the top here and go across. I think this is another. Here's another one of those cracked animals, I believe. Yep, another cracked animals. Okay, no problem. Nice dude. Oh, I love this one. I always draw this guy. I love this guy. Mean Giant, the Jolly Mean Giant. I always get his head, get his face in there. And they have some revisits. They have a blue one as well where he's sad that his peas are going off away from him because they've grown up. But yeah, this is a classic one. So I believe, I could be wrong. So there was mid to late 60s set too that was die cut stickers. That is really the first set. And he's part of those as well. So he's part of that. And I always like to do those. He's part of series, what I'll call 1. He's definitely a series 1 character or pre-series. So my color's a little washed out here. In person, it looks a little bit better. Just being zoomed in so much, I'm not usually adjusted for that. But yeah, very cool. Being giant. Oh, this was tiny. Look at this. Look how tiny that is in the package. Wow. We know what these are. Old pack of certs. Garlic flavored nerds. Takes your breath away forever. That's great. That's great. I guess they're for your anti vampire, anti nasty Nick sort of stuff going on there. So that's pretty slick. It's tiny. It's freaking tiny. Here's the Skimpy bottle comparison. So it's a tiny product. So very nice. Very nice. All right. This is a newer one, but I think maybe it's not. Yeah, I think it is newer. Can't recall. Shingles, stale old cheddar, pressure treated cheese. Expiration date 100 years old ago. Craft shingles. Sorry. I think this is a newer one. I don't remember it from the old. It definitely looks older style, but I think it's a newer one. Could be an old school style feel. And then when pieces kind of slid out from the pack, it's molded that way. So very awesome. Yeah, crafty. They've had a lot of craft ones, obviously, spoofs, but that's very cool. All right, here's a classic one. Slum made raisins. I think I've almost drawn her a couple times. I never got to. Oh, I've never seen the side. I never paid attention to the side. Look at the kid throwing up. Very nice. Very cool. He's on the side too. Yeah. Seedy raisins. Yep. Very nasty and old. My grandma used to buy these all the time for me. I had to eat these. Raisins were a big part of the young diet of myself. So, all right, here's the big one down here. Let's go ahead and look at this one. Dr. Pooper, the party pooper. I've drawn him before. He's one of the first ones I did in a series I worked on. Flat flavors, serve warm. Not what the doctor ordered. Dr. Pooper, the party pooper one. Yeah. Oh, and the top, you got like a little, yeah, it's molded on. It's molded. Yeah. I could see this one being chrome, like a chrome version would be the chase or something like that. It'd be kind of cool. Another beverage here. Take a look. Coca-Cola. Those who can't play coach. Oh, that's great. That's great. I've never seen, it's a newer one. It's a newer Wacky for sure. Never mess with this one. There's so many. I still find them. I love doing that. Finding ones I've not seen before. That's cool. Yeah. All right. Here's the Crips Ahoy again. Pretty neat. Pretty neat one. Yep. This looks like Speed Stick to me. What's that look like? Some kind of Speed Stick spoof. Slipping around. See what. Speed Sick. Oh man. So there's a few spoofs on the deodorant ones for sure. Speed Sick. So I can read any of the words there. I can't make them out. Sorry. My eyes are jacked up today. Odor neutralizer. I can't read it, but very funny. Yeah. No, the top does not come off either. So I think it does. No. And then this piece here is just molded, but that's neat. So neat. Very cool. Trippy, you've got the pan card. Okay. Okay. Very cool. Peter Pan card where he's breaking his teeth on the bread. Snot Loops. So they have done so many spoofs on cereal. I'm sure we can credit this one to probably Joe Simcoe. I'm going to guess, but I might be wrong. I don't know. Kind of feels a little like his stuff, but I know both him and Brent like to do a lot of the cereal stuff. I'm not sure the artist is on this one, so it could be a lot of different people. Yeah. Peter Pan. Yep. Peter Pan card. I remember that one. He's breaking his teeth on stuff. Yeah. Snot Loops. But they've done so many. Pretty funny. Nose Kellogg's. Smells great. All right. That's the last of the regulars. Let's get down to the mystery ones here. Let's see what they are. All right. All right. Feels like another can of some sort. All right. Do that. Hissies. Slithering syrup. I'm sorry, getting camera here. Getting the screen. Genuine constricting flavor. Great for desserts. Very snaky. Hisses slithering syrup. Pretty funny. Newer one to me. I don't recognize this one. Very funny. Good. It's the old syrup. We had to like poke the hole in the can and open it and dump it out. So very nice. Before we had squeeze bottles, right? Very cool. Very neat. So getting over here. All right. Jumping around. Here we go. Another mini one. Yeah, very neat. Okay, here's the mac and cheese one again. Macaroni and sneeze. Yep, same one. Same style, got the same writing on all that. Yep. Okay. So you can see the rate of overlap, and you can see in the front of the package. Sometimes you can. I was hoping when I bought them online, I would just get two that were a little bit different, and I did. So pretty happy. But you never know. Captain Crud. So another one of those. So he's in the mystery pack. Captain Crud. All right. Got two more left. Let's see. Cop Tarts. I've seen this one before too. Yep. Handcuffs. newer one. Pastries and police officers. Pastries for police officers, sorry. All right. Cop tarts. Top sealed. Very cool. All right, here's the final one. I don't know. So this is the same. This feels similar. So this is the place where I got we'll call this the skippy one, the chase one. We'll call it if it was this chase one. Let's see. So this is from the same spot. Feels similar too. Feels very similar. The mayonnaise jar style feel. So let's see what it is. Boredom's instant coffee. I think it is some kind of chase, but that's weird. There's no top to it. I think that's wrong. Because there's threads on there. Am I right? I don't know. I'd have to look that up online, but there's threads here, so I feel like it would have a lid on it for the coffee. So unless I'm looking at it weird, unless this is normally sealed or something in a different way, or it looks different from the chase. I don't know. I have to kind of look that up. So that definitely must be a chase, but it doesn't play the same way if it's just clear with some this. I don't know if you can tell, it has more like a, no, it's the same specs. Yeah, let's look at the checklist here. It's kind of might be hard to check on the checklist here in front of you guys. But that's a good idea that we can look on the checklist and see. I'll zoom out here and we can take a good look at the checklist. Let me see if I can zoom you out some. All right, give me just a moment here and I'll zoom out. Camera. Let me zoom you back out a little bit. Now I'll pull it back up. We can look at it a little closer, but maybe that's hold it a little bit closer. So these are all the new stuff, right? This is the new stuff. And I'm going to guess the old school on the back. Yep, old school checklist and then new. And then Boredom, that coffee one would be on here, I would think. Yeah, there it is. But as the regular, kind of has a lid. It might be a lid. It might be that just when it's molded in clear plastic, it just looks totally clear, so it looks like there's not a lid on it. That might be what's going on there. There's a chance of that. So I'll give them that. I don't see anything about chases on here, though. There's nothing about chase coloring on here. So yeah, I think it is a parallel of some sort of chase. Yeah. And there's different levels, I'm sure. I know they've had golds and different stuff like that in the past, so maybe this is just the parallel clears. Yeah. Anyway, this one's all right. I kind of like the other one better because it matches the gag some more. But very cool. So that's them, man. That's what they look like. So if you're interested in these Wacky Package minis, they're still around. They're not super expensive, and they're pretty neat. Pretty neat. So three-dimensional things. Familiar with some of them? Not familiar. I like the old school ones. I've messed with these a lot more. Here's a great one here. I'll show you this which I wish I had in front of me. But the more on salt. So Morton sued him all the time, was having him pulled off stuff. So even today, like if you put a more on salt Wacky up, it gets pulled off as a listing quite often. Like they've had trouble with that one forever. So, but these are really great. Some of these, I'm trying to look around. They don't have the more controversial ones. There's a lot of ones on the old school that are smoking and liquor and stuff like guns and things. So they have all kinds of cool stuff, and they don't limit us on those when you do the online sets. You get to do those in general, especially with the old school sets. So you get to draw some of the older stuff that you could never get away with today. I mean, there's baby smoking cigars and stuff. It's funny, but and collectors do like some of those things. I like some of the more cigarette or alcohol based ones. I've had requests for some of those. Yeah, Minute Mud. That's really tiny. I don't have that one. I think Minute Mud's great. It's a picture of a little pig on there with a tie. So, but anyway, that's that. That's pretty neat. You enjoyed these. Pretty interesting, I thought. Now I've got to put them somewhere. Put them back in the container. No. Gotta find a place to put them in the office here. So, but yeah, there's a few dupes in here. So, So I have 30 of them now. I guess 30 with a few repeats, but not bad. Not bad. Kind of like these. Not trading card, but definitely trading card related product. So, pretty cool. So, all right. So, what do you think about we could draw one of these guys? Mention it. Maybe I did. Trippy, did you see me? Did I sketch a jerk on here before on a live stream? Did you recall me doing that? Mix it up. Recall. I have an alternate activity here we could do. If I've already done that, I could just start working on a card here. I thought we'd do something a little different. I know we don't do the sketches as much on the Sunday stream, but I thought we'd do a quick little coloring sketch, just kind of what the core of the channel is about. But I know on Sundays we like to have a little fun, do some silly stuff. Oh, you saw a post of one. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I was like, oh, did I forget that I drew something online and didn't? Yeah, is it going? Is the memory going that bad? Maybe not. I was working on some other sketches this week. I've got some going out to some other events. Here's one I just colored up last night. I've got to work on some different ones. I've got some other ones to work on, but different stuff going out. But that's one there. Forgot his name from a previous set I worked on, but it's like throwing them together real fast. But we'll do something new. We can draw something fresh. And we'll do that A-jerks. Doing A-jerks, and we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to put a timer on myself so we can limit it. I want to give time for it might be a good time too to just get Bobby, if you want to pop in or get ready to pop in the lobby. And Trippy, if you got my link, if you got my email, you should have a link in there to join me here. And we can talk about what we want to do next week while I start working on this a little bit. And we'll do that. How about that? So let's come on in the back end, and I'll keep an eye out for you there. And I will start this. Yeah, sure. Take your time, Bobby. Take your time, guys. That's no problem. I'm going to start just doing a pencil work on this, and we'll see how far we get. I don't want to keep everybody forever. We start about 8. We'll go maybe to 9:15 at the most or something. I don't want to keep everybody late tonight. So, all right. So he's a fun one because let me pull the book out. I was going to show you the book, what it looks like. While waiting on those guys to get here. So these are, you have to get your Wacky Packages, textbook out here. So it's one of the textbooks they sell. No, I'm kidding. It's one of the collector's edition from Abrams sells. They sell a blue one and they sell a red one, and they have multiple series in it. I think all the old school stuff's in here up to series 15 or 16. I can't recall. I think it's 16. But this one's out of series 2. These are nice, very much like the GPK book. It's very similar. But they go through all the different characters, and this is a great reference if you want to look at them in more detail. There's also great places, Wacky Packages online, like wackypackage.org. It's one you can use. Great older looking website, but fantastic resource, lifesaver for sure. The one we're going to be looking on though is this one, A-jerks. So this character right here, pretty fun. A lot of these guys have elongated faces, a very caricature style sort of art. They're all painted back in the day, and a lot of them have the red nose, some kind of crazy looking eyes. The eyes are different for different versions of these characters. This one here reminds me of also Kook's cigarettes. There's a penguin that has a similar staged eyes that are connected like that. So it's kind of funny. And they usually have a tooth shooting out, and the ears and the neck and the Adam's apple are exaggerated, along with just a little maybe trace of a shirt or a collar or something on a lot of. So this is real typical classic Wacky Packages design here, but I just like drawing this guy. He's pretty funny. So anyway, I'm going to get started with the pencil work, and I'll wait for them to join, and we'll go from there. All right. Try to keep you not too bored on the drawing, and hopefully the drawing is focused in enough. Oh, that's not focused at all. I could get this dialed in where I had it. Let me just fix that. All right. Let me fix that. Let me put a drawing down there. Actually, it looks pretty focused, so looks all right. All right. Let's just ping me when you're ready to join. See, I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat window over here. So with him, on this one, I'm trying to make sure the hair doesn't get too much into the logo here, and I don't have a bottom to worry about. And since he's pretty much a head, a neck, and just a little bit of a sweater, don't have much to worry about. I'm not going to do the logo of the side or anything. I'm just going to draw his head, flesh tone him out, probably airbrush around him or something like that. I typically, for him, I'm going to have to reduce his head size down a little bit. He's got a large cheek on this side. Can jet his cheek out more. And then it's a little more tapered and shaded on this side. And I don't worry about getting the shape just right to start with. I'm going to reshape this a couple times probably. It's a caricature, so the proportions don't match up with normal human anatomy and all that. So kind of have some fun with it. I try to leave a little area here for me to do a little comb over kind of style here. And keeping in mind where I want the ears. The ears are pretty important on these guys, the way they look. This one's a little more tapered on the edge here, so be fine with my erasers here. Wackies are the first tops project I worked on. I worked on them alongside some GPKs, but they were a surprise when they came to me, so that's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Oh, we got Chris coming in. I'll let Chris get sorted there in a minute, and I'll bring you in just a second, Chris. He's working on his camera and stuff, getting it situated. And we'll get that going. Nose placement, the next thing I always try to focus on is where I'm going to put the nose for the guy. He's got a really long nozzle on the nose here. Snodge. Snot nozzle, whatever you want to call him. So try to make it just a little larger. You don't have to, you can always downsize it, no problem. And then taper it up to the eyes here. The eyes on this guy is super critical to get these. One's bigger than the other one. And then loop this guy's eye down over here. Have some fun with it. It doesn't have to look exactly like the original. Just remember that, especially with this kind of stuff, doing sort of an interpretation of existing artwork or property. You don't have to be perfect with it. You should try to let a little of your own style flow in there. Personally, I like to make this guy's chin a little longer. I usually give him a little more neck than that, but we don't have to. Something like this down here. All right, let me see. Let me get Chris in here. See if we can get the audio working. Hey, Chris, you hear me? Like his signal's a little low. His bandwidth's a little low. I'm going to pop him over there and let him wait for a minute till we get Bobby in here. There, Bobby's on the way. Hey, Bobby.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Yeah, I got Chris here too. I've got Chris in the back lobby. He's got some signal problems, looks like, but he's got one bar in his signal. It might be the internet connection for him. I don't know. Not sure. Pull him in a minute. I'll pull him in the side here. We can see if it straightens out for us. So what were you guys planning on wanting to do next week? We had some discussion, you and I, between doing a sort of a, talking about posting up needs for some different sets we've been looking at on the channel for a while, like Vacation.
More like some of the older sets, I think, but
okay.
Vacation as well, I suppose. We were talking about the horror sets, but any sets.
Yeah.
Like
sure,
we're just thinking of kind of going through
mm-hmm.
some sets that are missing cards here or there that Trippy may have duplicates of, or I may have duplicates of, or a viewer may have duplicates of, and it just might be able to complete sets for people, maybe. I don't know, just talking trades for the most part.
Okay. So we can just do a talking trades kind of thing. That'd be fine. And what I plan to do is just invite people from the chat. If you want to come in next week, I'll send you a link in the chat here, and you can just join in, just like Bobby and Trippy's having a little trouble with his connection, but we'll have him fixed up next week. But we'll have everybody just pop in and we can sort of do a swap thing if you guys figure out. There's no money involved, just kind of a trade this for that, and you
For the
guys
most part,
can take that offline. Yeah, you can take it offline when you want to complete the trade and do that kind of thing.
That's it. It's more just a kind of for the most part, I think kind of a show and tell.
Yeah, on that too. That'd be great too. Yeah, just show what you got, maybe what you're looking for.
What you got, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That'd be great. You know, over the summer, it's we're in a kind of slump with like sets. So I mean, even the online sets have kind of died down for now. I haven't received Wave 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, any of that kind of stuff. Just it stopped at Wave 2 for me.
Yeah, so, I've not heard of anyone receiving, or I've not seen pictures or.
Yeah,
usually Trenton will do a review.
Trenton's right on it. Usually Trenton gets right on it. Yeah, and he hasn't seen. I haven't heard him get anything yet either. So I think they come in waves. Let me see. Oh, I think Chris has got his signal back. So let's see. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Yo.
Hey, man. How you doing? That's good. Yeah, signal's great. Hey, man. Good to have you on.
Yeah, the sound was messed up. I had the YouTube going, and there was a delay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, I don't know. This is why we did this week, so we get all these technical problems out of the way. Because trust me, we have them. Oh yeah, and Joe's not even here, so no. But and Joe got a new laptop, so he's back in.
Oh, brilliant!
The laptop, so that's awesome. So he'll be here next week with me, and we'll have the 4 of us at least, and we can bring in people in along the way, and see what those.
You want to start with the horror?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, that's a big set. It's huge.
Yeah, you want to start with all the horrible? Start with
there's 2. Okay. I think 2, and then there's a bunch of subs.
Yeah, there's subsets that came out later. There's Revenge All the Horrible came out a year later, or at least a year later, I think.
You have the whole set, Ricky?
I do. I started doing retail sketches with that set. I do have both of those. Yes.
You've got a sealed box as well. I swear I remember you showing off a sealed retail box.
Look up this way. I have a sealed Revenge, and I have some sealed packs and stuff. I do have a sealed of the Horrible.
Not that we want you to open it, or I won't ask you for that reason. I
tell you what I do have is I have a. You're gonna hate me on this. I'll show it next week. I have a sealed gravity feed of all the Horrible.
Oh wow!
Which doesn't have chase card. It looks cool. It has nasty Nick all over it. That's why I got it. I got really cheap when it came out, and now they're stupid prices. But they don't have any chase cards in them at all. They're only 4 cards in a pack. I mean, they're not a good pack, but it's a pretty box. So I think I got it for like $50. It's stupid. I mean, I'm right.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But now I would love to get myself a sealed blaster box of all the Horrible. That's what I would like. I don't have one of those. I have one from every other set I've worked on, but a sealed box I don't have. I got plenty of
packs. I just found some packs for the Horrible.
Did you?
Yeah, I was going to save them for the live stream. So.
Oh yeah. So if you wanted to save them for next week's live stream as a thing, we can do that. Absolutely.
Sure.
If you want to run it, yeah. That'd be great. I might have some Revenge packs, something like that. Might have some of that. So we'll see. Yeah.
Cool.
Could do something there. So point is just announcing it to everybody in the chat. Like everybody who watches the video after, we have a lot of people who watch it afterward. Get your needs list. Get your list up of things you want to build for those sets, and I want you to interact with us next week. So we'll be 4 of us here live, and I can bring in a few other guests as well. I think we can hold up to 6 at a time, maybe 8. I don't know. Probably 4 is probably 4 to 6 is enough. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Bobby's at one of your no. Bobby's at one of yours. No. I saw one of your sculptures up recently on one of the auction sites there. You had your Jeff, right?
Oh yes, yeah, Junkie Jeff.
Junkie Jeff was up, yeah.
Oh, yes, I've done that just on a whim. I'm just hoping it would sell to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's times tough at the minute. It's not really selling, but
I love
that's
so
fine.
That card's out of Revenge too, isn't it? Is that one out of Revenge where the groom was busting out Gizmo's back?
I
think it's
I think that one's from. I think it is from Revenge. Yeah.
It's from Revenge, yeah.
I was flicking through them earlier.
I drew that one as a puzzle for the 90s set. So
Nice.
that's what I was thinking about. So that had to be like I always do a few from the previous set. I try to. But,
right.
If it makes sense, you know. Yeah. Poor Gizmo. He had a bad day. I love the clock beside him. He has the clock. He's holding the digital clock to the side while he's being killed. But I love Gremlins. I haven't watched it with my kid yet. He hasn't seen Gremlins, so
Good film. I've not seen it in years. I'll have to watch it.
yeah,
That's a classic.
Same here. It's been long enough that I really enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, I don't know if you want to get back to your sketch.
Yeah,
And
not really.
we'll
I will.
we'll continue.
Yeah, sure.
Next
Sure,
weekend.
we'll
But yeah, everyone in
You
the
can see the lightning going off behind me if you look close. It's storming bad.
Oh, it's storming bad. Well, where you're down, you're at. You get thunderstorms all the time. That's normal weather right there. I mean, you're fine.
day.
It's a little late in the day. Usually, you get them in the afternoon. They come through, run through the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice. Well, it's good to meet you, Chris. I'm glad you got to get on, and I'm looking forward to next week having you on here, and we'll do some giveaways and some trade swaps and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a double stack, like maybe that high.
Dupes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So how close are both of you to those sets to be complete? Just as a
Pretty
question.
close.
Yeah, I think I've got a full set of Return of Horrible. Probably two sets. Looking at the duplicates, I need to sort through them. There might be like a whole full set there. But the Horrible, I don't think I've got a full set. Just a quick skim through the folder. There's cards missing. But when I was collecting that and sticking it in the folder, I've put my duplicates behind where where the card is. So it's going to be a bit of a bitch. So I might just go through that, get it all ready just to find my duplicates and separate.
Mine are in boxes and stacks everywhere, and some of those sets I pulled the cards out. So I told you before, but I'll make a stack of cards. I used to do it all the time just to reference while I'm drawing a set. So I have a bunch of places where I have stacks of cards that need to be sorted back into my collection that are just
I've done that
truly
before.
used for reference.
And then they need to
I
go
try
back.
not to do as much anymore, but just for organization's sake. Yeah, let's see what we got going on here with Trippy's got all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I got to cover this word. He signed it right there, but yeah, I can't show you that. Yeah. He played Jason in the first
camera
one.
Mirrored? It's mirrored anyway.
Kill for Mother.
Yeah, his camera's mirrored because of the settings and Restream. They automatically mirror your settings in your camera. You have to uncheck it, so you can't read it anyway. It's fine. It's okay. We'll fix it for next week. But
I got the horror ready to go though.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to get to work. Then I got to dig it out. Very cool. It's a wonderful set. I mean, a lot of people love that set. That's why they came back and did the online revisit for sure.
The artwork was amazing. I wish the backs were as cool as the old backs.
Yeah.
That's
the problem. Yeah, the back art still suffers greatly. I'm happy these days just to get a puzzle back. Honestly,
the backs are.
That's not. It's a minor win, but back art. There's plenty of people who would draw back art. Trust me, we're here, so we do.
Bobby draws back art.
Yeah, anybody would do it. Yeah. And they have done some of that, Bobby. I remember, I think the 35th.
Yeah.
35th, they had a sketch artist work on some of those. Rich worked on them. Rich Monani, I think.
Can you see this?
Oh, it's that. The mannequin head.
There we go.
Oh wow!
That's cool. That is.
Oh yeah, you had this on. You had this on a short, didn't you? Didn't you put some on your shorts? I saw this one.
Talentini.
Yeah, very neat.
Cool. Just do the Mod Podge for the.
Yeah, it's Mod Podge on a mannequin head.
Yeah.
Or foam. Is it foam or a mannequin?
It's just a foam head, like the Jason mask that has. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rad.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I thought you'd like it because you have markers.
I do. Both of you are very fancy with what you put your pins into stuff. I have there's that Talenti cups. I have Talenti ice cream cups I use for my wife eats them and I keep the cups and I got plenty of them. So these are expensive cups though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
They cost.
Those cups come in handy.
They're great. I put bolts and stuff in the garage in them and stuff, and washers and nuts, whatever's laying around, right? For screws and stuff.
How's your skateboard doing, Bobby?
It's still in the box. I'm gonna open it on Tuesday now because it's my birthday. I thought
Okay, you're gonna
I'll
open
have
it
it
on
as
your birthday.
a
All right.
birthday gift to me.
This won't make it by Tuesday. I'm sorry, Bobby. I can't make it by Tuesday. I can't. Yeah.
So hopefully it's the board I want. That's
Very
an awesome
neat.
grit tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. That's my favorite board, though.
That's really cool. Is it an older board or is it?
It's got the old shape, the point with the fat, super fat. But yeah,
Did you used to skateboard, Bobby?
I used to carry a skateboard around with me.
Oh, okay.
I did
Okay.
used to use it, but
Okay.
I used to carry it a lot more than I'd use it.
yeah,
I'd carry it that
they
much,
work
it'd
good.
wear a hole in my jeans.
Hmm.
That's how much I'd carry it.
This is a regular size, skinny, but it's got the Jason mask.
It's cool.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got Mars Attacks back there. Some David Gross stuff. Eh?
Which one of you guys know how to transform Transformers?
Oh,
Not
it's been
me.
too long. It's been a long time. Let me get my son. He's downstairs. I'll get him.
He's so jacked. I think there's like 100 moves.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a masterpiece.
Hmm.
Masterpiece.
The one thing I learned from Transformers as a kid is there's good clicks and bad clicks.
These are pretty tough, though. They're pretty big.
They're really complicated. Especially when the age I was playing with them, they were
nice.
really advanced.
I'll show you the difference in size. Here's the old OG.
Yeah.
And this is the masterpiece.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's different.
See if I can put you up as a larger screen here. Hold on a
Here's
second.
the OG Optimus.
Hold on a second.
Generation 1. Gen
Wow.
1.
Wow. Yeah.
But look how big compared. It's wild.
Yeah.
They don't make them like they used to either, do they?
And the cassette that opens, you got the cassette, you got the two Transformers inside too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all that's yeah. Very nice. Megatron looks great.
Yeah, he's got an armband you can hook up and make a big gun. Pretty awesome.
Very cool. Very cool stuff.
That's enough of show and tell.
That's so cool.
I can't wait to see your board, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now. I'm itching to get it open.
Good.
Yeah, good restraint on keeping it shut for this long, right?
Dude, I could barely hold a pack for like a week.
It's different with packs for me. I can't. I had a load of Chrome 1 fat packs. You know, when I think you get 4 packs in like a larger pack. You know, like a fat pack, or like a rack pack for Chrome 1. And I had them for ages. And then one day I just got the itch, and I thought, you know what, there might be something good in there. Whipped them out. I got nothing, nothing in any of them. I probably opened about $300 worth of Chrome 1, but it was fun.
Speaking of packs, what are you thinking, Bobby, about these resealed blaster ripoff packs? I've seen now they're showing up.
They're expensive,
the rare ones,
aren't they?
The rare. They're super expensive. They're
what you
ripoff.
get is terrible, really.
Yeah. I look for some just to bring some on to this week at the big lots near me. And usually I get stuff later in this market where I'm at. For whatever reason, I didn't see any, which is probably a good thing. I don't want to spend the money on them because I do they're ripoffs. But I saw what is Chrome 4 and Vacation, right?
We're bound to see some bookworms come up.
Yeah, I was thinking bookworms and Chrome 5 would be in there for sure, but
they'll be what we'll see in the bargain bins in like 10 years at Walmart.
Yeah, right.
Is that
Go,
latex
this-
mask or just a
Twisty. Yeah, it's latex.
wow? That's awesome.
Twisty. You guys watch American Horror Story?
Mm. Some of them I've
I've seen
some
a
of
few.
them
I
I
don't
kind
watch
of
it consistently.
start watching.
Some
I'm
of
like,
them suck.
"Oh,
Not
for me,
all
I
of them
can't."
were good.
Mhm.
Yeah, some of them were terrible. The 1985.
Majority of them I've enjoyed.
Terrible.
You know, some of them I've had to try to enjoy before I've enjoyed, but some of them I've really tried, just because I like watching stuff. You know, I'll really give stuff a shot. Sometimes I'll watch awful films and then I'll wait till the credits are gone. I go, why did I continue watching that? I knew it was crap at the beginning, and I've just carried on watching it. But
Ricky, do you watch MXC? I think that's what MXC. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
no.
dude, it's so funny.
Is it good? Yeah.
It's like
should.
Japanese, but they do American over talk. They'll raise their hand.
Okay.
They'll raise their hand and be
Uh-huh.
like, "Yeah, I stink," or something like that. It's so funny, dude. You got to check it out. I got the DVD. They're hard to find. MXC, Most Extreme Elimination.
Okay.
It's an old
Cool. Okay.
Japanese show.
I'll check that out.
It's badass, dude.
Oh, I probably would like it. I like anything. I watched all kinds
It's
of crap.
funny. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah. Hey, Salad Boy out there in the chat. See ya. You're not late. You're on time. Don't worry. I could move these back to 4 p.m., by the way, if you want to next week, if that would be helpful to you guys. I don't know, Bobby, if that'd help you. We were doing them at 4, and then 4 got a little dicier and harder to pull off. I like 4 and 8. Either one's good for me. So
Bobby sits up late.
And Bobby doesn't sleep, as you can tell. He just knows. I don't worry about Bobby, really. I've known a few Brits who stay up all night like this. I don't know. I play with some. I used to play Halo a lot, and I have some that just they don't go to bed.
It's
They had
weird. I
jobs
just
too.
don't
I
get.
mean,
I
they
don't
were-
get tired. Even if I go to bed, if I'm watching something,
Oh,
I'll sit
well,
there all
one day.
night.
You'll start getting tired one day. You'll start getting tired one day.
A few more years, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple more years. I was good until like a year ago, and then I got like, oh.
The heat
I
here.
was
I
the
can
guy
do
that
it.
go around stamping like ink blots on people's heads when they fell asleep at pies. So I'm,
Oh, no.
I'm never
Stay
the
away
one
from
that just
you.
randomly falls asleep.
Yeah.
Tying
Salad Boy
people's
said
shoes
8 for him.
together.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
We'll keep 8 then if that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope somebody is able to complete a set through the trade.
Absolutely.
it'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that's a big thing. Is helping people complete those sets. Otherwise, it's gotten really hard, expensive to do that.
That's the
point.
problem
Not
with
said,
some of
and
these
it shouldn't
sets.
be. It shouldn't be. That's not that long ago. Not to me. It didn't feel.
They're
like
not really targeting kids anymore. So
No, they're targeting guys our age and
They're
collectors
targeting us.
and high-end people who want to spend. They want to buy 8 cases of cards or something, and that's fine. I mean, if that's what they're doing, but I still, Bobby, I don't know about you, but I still, when I'm drawing for the packs, I visualize a kid or a father kind of open it with their mother, whatever, whoever, open it with their kid. That's kind of what I want to get for.
dude, I
Go
used to
towards.
get
And
25 cents and roll to the store and grab a OS pack, and that was so stoked.
Yeah.
And those stickers got slapped on my lunchbox, my skateboard, whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of that with my kid now, opening some packs. I mean, I'm buying some boxes that he wouldn't buy, obviously, but he's enjoying it. Even though it's an expensive hobby compared to what it used to be. I couldn't imagine buying a box of cards as a kid. You remember buying a box of cards, like a full sealed up box?
No.
Didn't happen.
It's bizarre. I
but,
remember when I first got into the hobby. It didn't even occur to me that someone would buy a whole box of cards. Like I remember back when Pokemon was a thing, you'd go to the shop and buy 3 or 4 packs and then leave happy with what you got. It wouldn't occur to me that someone thank you.
Yeah.
That's someone's bought a pack. What?
If you're lucky, your buddy could trade you something if you had somebody collect it. That was good. Say hello to Russ out there.
Yo.
Hey, Russ. RussCon 2023 coming up soon. I got a package coming to you, Russ. Stay tuned. Going out tomorrow.
Ricky sent it to eat.
Trying to get some stuff out to Russ for his.
He killed it with that last one. Man.
Yeah, I hope you like that one, man. That was a fun one. I'll tell you what. I never talked about that with the eyes on there. I was channeling some Emperor Palpatine on the eyes. That's kind of what I was going for.
Bobby was totally spot on when he said that eye kind of speaks to your style because I see it.
Yeah. That's funny you say that. Like Bobby, I don't know about you, but I don't really think about what style one has or nothing. But it's there. Obviously, people have it. You and I both do things that are unique for us, and we know when we see it. Like I can pick a Bobby B out sketch. I can pick out some of my other friends. Like, I can usually pick a sketch out, and some people are more stylized than others. But I think you and I, we lean more into what the original art looks like.
That's it.
I do that for a reason because that's what people are there for. It's not for my.
Well, I like to think someone's going to pull it and rainbow it, and at least you know I might, once I've drawn the character on the card as it is, I might try to twist it up after that point. But I'd like at least one sketch that looks like the card. So if someone was to rainbow it, it's going to match the card that they're rainbowing, not be similar.
Yeah, if you're gonna do something a little different, I like to do different stuff on the panos, maybe, or a trip to sketch, something like. If you want to do something a little creative on those, I think it's kind of there's more freedom
definitely.
there.
I think you almost have to with those. I mean, unless you're going to do a good job on a panoramic,
right?
Or a horizontal card.
Have you guys ever pulled a pano?
No, I wish.
No, I haven't.
Dude, I've never, ever.
I don't buy that many cards. I don't buy that many. I haven't been that lucky either. So, in the blasters, no, I've only ever pulled one sketch. I pulled one sketch card. A Chad Sears I pulled out of what was it? American Pie, the Adam Pie series.
How do you say it, Bobby?
American Pie.
How do you say it, Bobby? Shears?
Shears. That's how
Shears, yeah. Chad Sears, yeah.
Shears.
Like head shears.
Yeah.
He's been around a long time. He's been doing sketch cards for Wackies forever. He's got some published Wackies and stuff.
Yeah, I only got
he's a very nice guy.
I got one of his from Scratch and Stink 2019.
Oh yeah, sure.
The online.
Online set. Absolutely. Yeah. I didn't work on that one. I was too busy. I was doing 4 other sets for Tops and they didn't put me on that one.
You know what he did? He did a bowling pin. Or maybe it was Ace Video. He did a bowling pin, took it and did a sketch through the whole bowling pin all the way around.
Oh cool. Wow.
And it was like, I don't know, maybe 10 different characters all thrown in there.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It was pretty rad. I should have bought it. It was like, I don't know, $100 or something.
Yeah.
But bowling pins are pretty big, so.
Yeah, he paints on gas cans and hubcap. He paints on everything.
Yes.
Like I know Chad does all kinds of artwork. So he's out in Washington State. I know he does a lot of West Coast stuff, but he's been on the East Coast before. I met him, and I might have been late 2018 or so, about out of the Philly show. He was the first time I went. He was there, and he introduced me to everybody. He's a super nice guy. Yeah, huge guy's huge. He's really big, really tall guy. He's massive. He's like a wrestler. He's huge.
I was surprised to see how many sets you've worked on, Ricky.
Yeah, more they keep adding up. They're getting quite a few this year. Yeah. I guess I'm in the experience category. I mean, there's people who've been doing it a lot longer than me, just because they've been around. But the roster's added up over the years. They keep adding people to it. And this roster coming up, you're going to see there's a lot more people added to it as well. So
that's awesome.
There's a lot of rookie people coming in. We'll see how some new art looks.
Hopefully the sketch odds, improve.
Yeah, right. The sketch arts, hopefully they will. Yeah, I hope.
They
hold back a certain percentage. They hold back, I don't know, is it 5% or something like that, cards back, so they can put in the vaults for, issues where the packs are jacked up and you need a redemption card or something, or a swap out, or a no-hit, like a no-hit. So, yeah. I've seen them keep one. They put one of mine on display in 2020 at the Tops booth in New York. They put one of mine up there. I'm like, what is that? Rory McQueen saw that when he sent me a picture. He's like, "Hey,
oh, cool,
extra card up there." It wasn't one of my better sketches, but it was okay. It's fine. It was like a Hunted Hunter, one of that one. So, but yeah, that's the big thing is I love seeing people pull packs and pull a card out that you worked on, because otherwise, man, it might be there forever, man.
Yeah, I was thinking it the other day. I was sitting there putting loads of detail in a card, and I was like, well, I hope it gets pulled, because I'm like, put so much time into all these cards. I'm like,
yeah,
gosh, if they don't get pulled, at least I've recorded it, so I can kind of
Bobby.
shared.
Bobby got his first Bobby sketch out of a fan set, right? Yeah, because you worked on that set. It's a fan set.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this. I saw when this came out. Yeah.
That's cool.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm working on 2 fan set things right now, but
Cool.
they're later in the year. So I have to get on this. Everything comes at once too. That's the other problem. Is everything comes at once. It's not spaced out. Like it should be nice and comfortable.
Like buses.
Yeah.
I give you guys props for staying on schedule. Holy crap.
Nah. Yeah, thanks.
Deadline.
That's the trick.
Deadlines suck.
Yeah, that's the trick of it. You can a lot of people can draw a pretty card. Now I've seen a lot of great artists, but it's a business too. So they're trying to produce, sometimes breakneck speeds. I think our current set, a bigger one that we're working on we've got enough time on that one.
Yeah.
But I think there's some others that are. I mean, last Bookworms, I'll be honest, Bookworms was horrible.
Yeah.
Bookworms was 2 weeks, maybe roughly 2 weeks, something like that, maybe 2.5.
Yeah, I think I managed to get mine done in a week just because I was worried about posting back.
You were rushed. Yeah. Well, you changed up your method a little bit. I remember
just
that. You skipped some steps.
I just went straight in with the pen.
Yeah. Bobby accelerated his process, and probably glad you did now. Like it's something you do more now, I think, right?
Kind of. Because of the time frame, I've just gone back to drawing with a pencil for now. But the odd one where I've thought, because I don't like getting the kind of the charcoal lead in with the inks and stuff like that. So I'll kind of sometimes I'll draw most of it, just leave the head off, and I'll kind of imagine that bit there and just kind of color it in. Yeah. But for the most part, I've drawn it just because I feel like I've got the time this time. But I did like the effect that I got. It's just I like to do some of the more detailed cards when I've got the time, and it's harder to do that when you've not got some kind of framework, because I'm kind of imagining it when I'm doing it without. But
I always feel like for myself, if I can get the pencil work done, then I'm good. Yeah. If I get the pencils done on the card, there's nothing's gonna stop me, because I can pivot around and change up styles and do things. So I'm always happy to. I always go, like these cards I'm working on for something else, which are on my own stock. They're all inked up. They're all lined or inked, and they're good. Like if they're inked, I'm solid. I'm good. So, but thanks for that, Chris. I mean, it's amazing. The first set I got, I agreed to do 25 cards for an online set. That's what they sent me, and then they surprisingly sent me 25 more Wacky packages, which I'd never worked on at all. Never done anything with them at all. And that's 50 cards, which today, Robbie, 50 cards to us that's not bad. Like we can handle that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Standard return card size, no problem. But I'll tell you, when the first time you get like 50 cards and you're like, oh crap, like you've only ever done like 5 at a time maximum, and then you never worked on one of the properties at all. Like you don't know really what to do.
It's daunting.
That's a moment.
I'll leave a lot of them upstairs. I'll just grab 10 blank cards at a time, and I'll do them, and I'll swap them for blank cards. So
I chop them up in piles so I can sort of.
I try not to look at a giant pile of blank cards.
The most I've ever done in a day is like 20. I can do 20 in a day maximum, and start to finish, and then I'm like burned up. I can't do any more. As coloring them and stuff, but I mean, I hate being rushed because I hate a rushed product. I feel like I definitely rushed on the last postcard wackies I did. I was burned out on them, and I worked really hard on the set before that, and then hopefully stuff coming after that, whatever comes out in the future, I'll be able to put some more time into. Yeah, I hate having to do grayscale, but I like grayscale too, so it's kind of fun.
I like it, but I've run out of a lot of my grays, so I've got like green grays, warm grays.
Yeah, so you have to sort of compromise with what you've got.
I've got some cold grays, but I've got no neutral grays, and that's like bread and butter for most of the grays in a grayscale. You know, some of the others, you kind of spoiling the look. You kind of start adding these like yellows and greens, and it just doesn't work as well. So I'm struggling. I've got to get more pens, but they're not cheap.
No, they're not. I've got some blues and stuff I need to replace, and I feel like before I ever do every set, I try Chris, you'll appreciate this. Weapons. I try to go through and check all my weapons, make sure they're all cleaned up. They look good. Have ink in all of them. I do a weapons check. I call it, and I just go through all my stuff I use, and then I replace, refill, redo the tips, whatever I might do. So because when I come here and I have a list of what to work on, I don't want to have to work on markers, and have to refill them or compromised. Like you're saying, like going to something else. Like I need this, but I have this color. So, and I've done a better job before than I have this year, but I need to go over and look at some of that stuff.
I know the last online set I did, I ran out of skin tones. Like they just ran out whilst I was working on them. So I was like, right, what characters don't have normal skin tones? So I started doing like blue characters because I had blue.
Yeah. With blue characters, I'll swing towards my reds for skin tone sometimes, or I'll swing to my browns. It depends what I want to do. It depends on the era of the character too. Like, if some eras are more brown than red. And then it's like this one I worked on, I showed earlier. This is that's more red. There's a touch of brown in there, but it's more reds. It's all reds, and there's a E000 on that, Bobby. I didn't use my skin tone. I used a very light color for the blending part, but that's pretty much just red. Because of the browns, I just have.
Cool. It's cool how you can get around it.
Yeah,
I did a few Brent characters as well, which are more yellowy. Than your average.
Soundboy had a question for us here. I want to address him here. At what age did you guys realize you had a gift for art? Well, thank you for saying gift for art. I think we're just, doing our thing. You're not really. I don't even like being called an artist, Bobby. I don't think you do either. Like it's not like it's something. You just like do something. Just I'm having fun. Yeah. I drew when I was like a teenager. I drew a lot of Marvel and stuff and things like that. Personally, and then I put it down for a while because I think I had other stuff to work on, like job wise and stuff. So then picked it back up in my 30s. So big gap for me. But my buddy got me back into GPK, got me into collecting it again, and then we both started drawing. And it's pretty funny. He was doing drawings, and I was like, and we talked about the same kind of thing. Like, you should draw. I'm like, not really, but so we would draw some stuff, and I drew a Mad Mike. I drew like a Master Chief, and I drew something. Oh, Nasty Nick, and I drew him. I thought he was drawing all in pen, so I thought he was just doing just pen drawing straight out. I'm like, gosh, that's hardcore, man. Like you got to use pencil. You have to use pencil in my mind, right? And I was drawing. This is what got me back into drawing. Chris, this is cool because you mentioned to me about getting back in recently too.
Yeah,
I was drawing. I was drawing everything out in Bic pen, like black Bic pen. I did everything in that, and I was just so it was when you drew. It was like this is it. There's no turning back. I didn't know how to correct errors or any of that thing. Then I was just drawing like your life count on it, just to try to show. Oh, here's what I got, buddy. He'd show me one of that, and that made us like a little more. We thought in our minds hardcore. I get. In the end, it was so funny. I'm like, he said, I wasn't drawing in pen. I was just drawing in pencil, and then go to. So the whole time, I thought he was doing something. He wasn't, and that from then on, we got more into different markers and paints, and that got me back into really learning how to make something look half decent. And then learning how to draw in a smaller format was fun too. I don't know about you, Bobby. I draw pretty much on smaller format all the time, so it feels daunting. Yeah, feels daunting going larger now because
It's true. When I was at college, bigger the better.
Yeah.
I remember at one point when I was living in Sheffield, I found a huge canvas like lent up against the side of a skip. So I got some friends to help me carry it all the way back to our place, and I was living in the top floor, so we'd heaved it up like 3 flights of stairs, and I sat and I'd paint on this thing every night, and I didn't have any paintbrushes at the time, so I was using like cotton wool buds to paint this 6 foot by 6 foot giant canvas, and I still haven't finished it now. It's because I'd moved before I finished it. It got kind of cut off the canvas and rolled up. It's mostly finished, but
yeah.
It's not great. I'll be honest with you. I didn't have a paintbrush.
I a couple years ago back, I took it's before I was doing sketch cards. I took an oil painting class. I took a 4-hour introduction to oil painting. It was at a local art store I was near at my other job, so I can go there on my lunch break and I could sign up for this thing. And they walk you around. They give you all the stuff you need to learn how to use oil paint. All right. Now oil is not really what I deal with, but that's what was available. And this guy was a local artist who was really well known, good guy. I went in there and I still have the painting. I think it was okay. It's like a barn and some trees and some things. That's what we were painting from a reference. And the guy was painting loose, and I don't draw loose. I don't paint loose. I'm a tighter drawer. I'm tense when I draw, which is not great, right? It's how you burn out. But when you're drawing small cards, your detail kind of matters. You have to be a tighter drawer, and I have learned to be looser. But the guy painted with like rags, and I thought, what are you doing? We had brushes and stuff, but he was painting with rags and crap, and I'm like, man, I don't know what you're doing. I face full of crap. And he walked over and looked at my painting. He's like, well, at the end, there's the end of the whole thing. He's like, and people in there were art students and I mean, they didn't need to be there. I'll be honest with you. They all were very good. And that's my first painting with the guy. And he's like, well, you can always reuse the canvas. You can always paint over if you want to. I'm like you jerk. So I still have it. It's in my wife's office, so she has it. So I'm not really proud of it, Bobby, but I'm also not going to get rid of it. So
no,
probably could do better today, but the guy was just so that going into the discussion like self-trade kind of thing, and just learning, watching a lot of YouTube. Chris, you said you started back drawing recently. You said you'd stop for a while. What have you been up to? And that?
Well, when you get out of the service, you kind of lose some of yourself. So becoming a civilian is a little hard.
Yeah.
Like I had to quit skateboarding and everything. So, I don't know, certain things that happen in your life, they kind of bring that back to you. Yeah. And you and Bobby kind of brought that back to me. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great to hear that. I know a little about that. A lot of friends of mine have been in the service and gotten out, and my family, a lot of military service members in there. So I've seen that, and I've seen people having trouble transitioning, and people who have transitioned very successfully. And hopefully you've got to that point. But I hear that a lot from people.
I've had 20 years to figure it out,
to decompress from that. Yeah. That's good. I hear that from a lot of people though who used to draw or enjoy it, and they get back into it for whatever reason. It could be, and they like to watch different streams and stuff and get it back into it. It's just fun, the adventure of figuring out how to draw something and the concentration, the focus it takes, and then it's a relief. It's like it's therapeutic for a lot of people to draw or to watch drawing. I never really got the people who like to watch drawing something. I have people who want to do that, but some things are more boring than others, I guess. But the time lapse helps. I've loved being able to put some music in my ears. I put earbuds in, and I have some Pepsi here or some tea or something, and I can listen to music or a podcast and just draw. And if I can lose myself for an hour or so, man, that's awesome. I rarely do because it's usually more of a job now. It's like you got to get it done. But when I can really enjoy it, that's a special feeling. So I know what you're saying about being able to kind of lose yourself in it for a few minutes, and it's therapeutic. It is. Absolutely. So getting a lot of comments in the chat. Sorry I didn't get to any of you guys, but let's see. Salad Boy, you got. Let's see what Salad Boy had said here. Give someone else. You guys make it truly. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Salad Boy saying he's huge into doing cartoon cars and pinstriping. Real okay. Done a few cars, not a lot of stuff. Pinstriping is, man, that's rough. That is some skill and some steady hand.
You got to have a super steady hand for that.
Yes, definitely. I love watching guys who paint pinstriping on stuff. Oh man, that's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, no, I'd be like, where can I put the masking tape and just spray it?
I'm surprised they don't just tape a brush to something and drive past it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, pinstriping is amazing artwork. Man. Pretty common.
Yeah, I got to learn how to sculpt. Bobby's been doing the sculpting.
Yeah.
Sculpting's fun. That's very therapeutic. And some, I think that it's easy to learn from. You kind of, it's so easy to just, I feel like I see things getting better and better with what I do. Like, I wouldn't say I'm anywhere near good, but I surprised myself with some of the things I've made recently. I think, oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So
your sculptures
yeah,
look great.
and that's
Bobby.
just through practice. Some of the first things I've made, it's, you know, I haven't thrown it away, but I daren't show it off like it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's more like what's his name's portrait that he hangs, Dorian Gray's portrait in the attic. I'll just leave it. But,
no, Bobby, you did some amazing sculptures and stuff, and then you know, I remember I picked up some of the Funko Pops that were kind of like they're blank, so you can put sculptures, you can put the clay on them and bake them on. I was going to mess with that a while back with another project, and I saw your stuff and I gave up. I was like, oh no, he's so good. I just have to talk to Bobby.
You should have over.
I know I'm too busy to work on it. Really, it was a sidebar thing, but that modeling clay stuff where you can cook it and bake it like you do and create things, it's just amazing stuff. And
it is cool stuff.
Yeah, I love watching the time lapse of your videos, just doing those. Very awesome. So
yeah. What's cool about it is you know, if you've got something you've done that you like, you can cure it, and then that's kind of safe. You can't smush it then, and then you can kind of you know, you can cure it as many times you like, so you can kind of bake it. Once it's cooled, you can carry on. So long as even if you have to remove what you've baked in some fashion, you can sand it down, you can cut it with a scalpel and then sand that down to smooth it and cover it up. You know, it's malleable to the point where you can do whatever you want with it. Yeah. It's cool to think you've started with a literal block of clay and you've turned it into something recognizable.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's just practice, I'd imagine, too, isn't it? Once you get some techniques down and figure out how you want something to look, you can do something a little better next time, especially if you're doing the Garbage Pail Kids. If you're doing those, there are some, you know, unique symmetry to them that's similar to many characters. So
it's all down to
better at it, you know.
Observations sometimes as well. Like some of the first sculptures, I'm a sod for not looking at the kind of original picture. I'll look at it, but it's like I then hold a mental image of it in my head, and I'll draw it, and then I'll look up at it and go, crap, why have I drawn it like that? That's nothing like that's nothing like the picture. I've just been looking at like a morphed image in my mind. And that's the same with sculpting sometimes. So like the first time I sculpted a Junk Food John or Ray Decay's, he's got like almost an egg-shaped head. It's got a big mouth still, but it doesn't look anything like the card. I've got it somewhere, and it's kind of cool. It looks like a Ray Decay's cousin. He's got a different shaped head, but they've got the same issue with eating sweets. But so yeah, that's something I learn doing these sketches. I'll try to pay a lot more attention to what I'm drawing instead of going
deeper in that, getting deeper into it.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, watch out. Salad Boy's pretty good with Play-Doh, he says. So there you go. Coming for you. That's where I would start too, Salad Boy. I would start with Play-Doh myself. I need to start with the Play-Doh level and work my way up. So maybe one day I'll make a little figurine or something. Maybe tonight. I mean, after these little stupid wacky things, right? I mean, these are crazy. These little things are neat.
They're really cool.
I like them. I mean, they're a little knick-knack thing on the shelf over here, but you know, I tell you, I truly do. When I go through the supermarket, I see things. I get ideas and stuff. I walk by. I say triggered is probably the wrong word for it, but I do. I start seeing things, and I'm like getting ideas, and I gotta move on. But if I had to make a wacky set, if I said you've got to make a wacky for this set, here you go. I'd go down the supermarket aisle and I'd pick something out.
Those make me want to make a video with some action figures.
Yeah,
it'd look awesome, wouldn't it? Like a stop motion.
Stop motion. Yeah, I love stop motion. I love it, and you know, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yak Donald's great at stop
He does
motion.
a fantastic job.
He's so good.
I was trying to think of a movie then. I can't think of what it was.
Like saying he's sculpting letters art backwards. It gets you the point. You can read the whole sentence backwards. Yeah. So I know Drew Beck's done some work in the printing industry, some print work and things. So he's got some experience with that kind of stuff, machinery and things. So
thank you.
Yeah, he's a real nice guy. It's good to meet you. Hopefully I'll see you in the fall too. Be there in Philly in the fall, so we get to see him again. he came in late on Sunday. He had to get off where he was there. I barely got to meet him, but it's very cool. Very cool to meet people. Wow. I think we'll wrap it up and we'll come back next week. This is just a preview, just to get the technical things out of the way so they work. Chris, it's great to get you on, man. I appreciate it. Good to meet you here.
Yeah.
And remember, guys out there in the chat, get your needs list for Oh the Horrible and Revenge of the Horrible. And online, I guess, any kind of the horrible set related stuff. We're gonna have sort of a group trades meeting here. We'll try to get some lists together and figure out if we can trade and finish some sets.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And we'll have some giveaways too. We'll highlight the giveaways when we get here, and we'll do a spin or something, or however we want to do the giveaway. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, Chris, that's up to you guys. How you want to handle that?
It doesn't matter as long as people get their set, you know.
Yeah. Sounds great. Yeah, great mentality. Well, I won't finish this card tonight. I'm going to keep it any longer. We'll do it another night or something. I will do a sketch card live stream or something during the week if I have some time. But check out Bobby B's channel and check out Trippy Rip's channel as well. Throw your channels in the chat if you want there. Most of the people here know you guys, hopefully. And RussCon is coming. Topeka, Kansas. Russ, what's the dates on those again? Would you put the dates up? You want to do that?
I need to get some ruby red shoes and click my heels together.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't make it out there for that one. I've got some travel right before that. It's not going to allow me to be out there, but hopefully I can stream in live some point. I missed those when they came out. I missed those. Yeah.
Have you tried it?
No. I know they're old now. It'd be a little rough. Okay. Yep. June 9th through the 11th. That's I don't want to say, but yeah, the 9th. So coming up next weekend.
Yeah,
right?
that's like next week.
Yeah. So maybe we'll stream live with them or something. I don't know. They'll pop in later another time. I don't know. Maybe Saturday. Maybe Saturday, Russ and I can connect up with something. So we'll see.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll do something with those guys out there. They're gonna have a blast. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't have any money for bail if you guys are getting in trouble. But the things I've heard about RussCon, man, you're safer over here. I'm telling you, he's a wild man. So I hope he has a good event. So, and look for a package coming your way soon, Russ. And again, thanks, Bobby, for joining me. Appreciate it. Good having a chat with you again, talking to you. And Chris, great to meet you. Look forward to building some sets. And thanks for always supporting the channel. Appreciate you popping in the chat. And I did look for the Oliver Hazard class ship of the card that last. I didn't have your ship on there. Did not have.
I didn't figure it would.
I looked on the back. I looked on the back as well, and it actually was a different ship on the back than on the front, but it wasn't your number. So, cool. Which sucked. Now I want to look through all the tops and see if they have something. So you have me interested. So
yeah, you never know. They've got a couple of releases, haven't they?
They have Tops has 3, and we'll get maybe we'll get series 2 and 3 and see if they. I mean, it's a stab.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Chase card. It exists.
I know it's a chase card now. Maybe if we don't find one, we can modify that one in some way. We can, make you a bootleg one.
I can sign you a 101.
There you go. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Funny.
I still have the one where it's inspection. I have the inspection card I was going to send you. It has the in your polishing the chrome warhead there, or whatever that was. Awful. Well, thank you both. Appreciate it. Have a week. Thank you for tuning in with us, everybody.
Cool. Yeah,
we're gonna end it there, and we'll be back here. Be sure I'll post something in the community too, the channel, just to remember to get those lists, and I'll invite people in the stream next week again, so you can hop in here and terrorize the internet with us. All right. All right. Cool. And Joe, we give Joe a hard time for being at the movies tonight, but we'll see if the movie's any good. I don't know.
Yeah, we missed you, Joe.
Yeah, we did miss Joe, especially now. He got his computer back. He won't show up, but no, he told me he's getting it off.
He's going to be putting your camera to shame with his new laptop. Maybe.
I don't know about that.
Maybe. Your camera's pretty.
I would be very happy. I have come this close to sending him a camera. I really have. Because, I have a spare one over here. It's like I have a spare one on a tripod for another. Or I had Patrick on a long time ago, if you remember, maybe on a stream, and he was sitting at another desk over here. I have two stations set up, and I had 2 cameras, so I thought about sending it to Joe, but his phone did a really good job, so I thought maybe just keep him on the phone. You can't help it. I live out in the country,
Hey, Bobby, if you don't pull a John Pound, I'll draw you a miniature one.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a little fingerboard, yeah.
I bought a ton of mini boards. I don't know if I've got them on one of these shelves.
You can get them blank.
Yeah, I got, but they weren't the ones I thought they were. They've come with like a glossy thing with the wheels all attached. I was hoping to just have boards and then trucks that I could do stuff on. So it's a bit of a waste of money, to be honest. But it was a plan of doing some decks, but more manageable size.
Yeah, these
Are you
came
making
with
those,
trucks.
Trippy? Are you? Can you buy those? Where do you get those from? Do you make those?
On Amazon. It's
On
like
Amazon?
$10.
Oh wow!
Look at the trucks.
See,
little blurry.
that's what I should have got. That was what I was looking for, but I probably found a cheaper version.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here's the grip tape,
That's very cool.
and then you put it on the bam. I just thought of doing a sketch on one.
That's a fantastic idea. Do you
Please,
sketch
do.
some artwork on there? That's careful. You're gonna steal your idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Bobby's probably already got them in production, honestly. So that's all right.
Well, I would have, but then they're no good. The boards I bought are the rubbish.
Right.
I wouldn't want to steal
Oh,
them.
man.
Yeah, the picture's
That's
all right,
neat.
but
That's
it's just
neat.
peeled off.
Oh, very cool. Well, guys, take care. Have a great week, and I'll be in touch, and we'll see everyone back here next Sunday at 8 p.m.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks,
Cool.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.